first of all, these crabs, they molt in order to grow. They have to molt to grow. And we have a spring season and a fall season for busters. They actually molt year round, but the bulk of the molt is in two different seasons. And that's normally April, May, and September, October. Females have this really hot pink on their immature palate. It's a really hot pink color, bright pink. And on the paddle fin, there's a red line, which is why a lot of people call them redliners. Another name for them is buster crabs, and that's from them busting open to grow. Another traditional name is shedders. Those are typically the three names that people call these crabs. Once we buy the busters from the fishermen every day, and the ones that we catch, the fishermen will sort them out, and then we go through each crab to verify that the red line is far enough advanced. A white liner, if the crab has a line but it's still white, it's still an illegal crab. We have to return it to the water. But once it's pink, then according to wildlife regulations, I can keep that crab, take it, put it into the water in the system, and then every day we double check those to see if they're cracked. Once that crab cracks, we have to separate it, what we call crack trays. All of the cracked crabs go into crack trays, and all of the other crabs. And the reason you have to separate them, if a crab molts in a tray with crabs that's not cracked, some of those are still going to eat that soft shell. They're not eating a lot, but they will still eat it. So it's a little tedious, but we enjoy doing it, and we've been doing it a long time. During regular daylight hours, we're in and out of there quite a bit, in between boats and crawfish boats. But I would say you can't, every 6 hours, I would say, every 6 hours, you need to make a trip and just go around and take them out. You do them right before dark. The grandkids do them at midnight. Kurt does them at 5 a.m. in the morning. You know, and the rest of the day we're here. But the grandkids, midnight, every night, that's their job. My water filtration system I designed myself. I'm pretty proud of it. It works pretty good. What happens in the system, for people on Lake Pontchartrain or lakes and rivers where they don't use the same water over and over, it's pretty simple. Pump water in, it goes out going down the canal. Here, the water quality here with all the rain, and I can't do that. So I have a closed system. In my filtering system, I have 3 different types of materials. I have one row of solid limestone that the water has to go through, and it's forced through those sacs with bacteria. The next wall it has to go through is a little bit oyster shell, but mostly coral. And the coral is so porous, and the bacteria has to grow on the surface of something. And coral is so porous that one piece of coral this big has more surface area than a piece this big of just a piece of limestone or gravel because of all of the holes. So I have one row of coral, and then it goes through another row of limestone and oyster shell, back into the pump, back through the system, through the crabs, and my water quality stays pretty good. Once the crabs are molted, we put them in trays of 4 dozen to the tray. We put them in a cooler, and then every day or every other day, wholesalers and a few restaurants will come and we sell them 4 dozen to the tray. And some of the crabs, let's say ones that lost both of their claws or didn't harden up right, we vacuum pack those 6 to the pack and sell those as what we call nuggets. And some of the ones that are perfect crabs, but they're not big enough, so we put those and we sell those for a different price. The Ag Center has always helped not only Daniel at St. Mary Seafood, but all of us in the seafood industry. We always go to the Ag Center for questions, interests, learn. I didn't just learn all of this from being a boy down the bayou. The Ag Center, with a lot of, they have a lot of information. They teach us. We take projects together where we study and learn together. Some of what their expertise is, my experience. Together we make a pretty good team.